To this now, Employment and Labour Minister Nomakhosazana Meth has conducted a blitz inspection of companies and farms in Nelson Mandela Bay and Kouga Municipality in the Eastern Cape. The inspection was to ensure that companies and farms comply with labour laws. One of the farms Meth visited in Hankey, a farm previously found to employ more foreigners than locals. SABC News reporter Lerato Fekisi has more for us.
We're broadcasting live from Spes Bona farm just outside Hankey, where the Minister of Employment and Labour, Nomakhosazana Meth, has been here to inspect the specific farm, finding out if they comply to occupational health standards, that their minimum wage has been met, and also just to get a general feel from the workers in terms of the working conditions in this farm. I'm joined by the owner of this farm, Lerato. Took us more about the Minister's visit and perhaps some of the challenges they are facing as farmers in this area. I know, just generally how you're feeling about the Minister's visit. I think generally she's happy with your compliance in terms of health, in terms of employment. You said 90%, if not all, actually South African, which is so good on your part. Just generally though, how are you feeling about her visit to your farm this morning?
I'm actually glad the Minister came out. We do regularly have visits from Department of Labour. In the marketing game we are in with the chain stores and exporting, we keep everything up to the standards set by the South African Labour Department. So for my labourers to see that the Minister's here and her supporting staff is actually a bonus, and if they've got any queries or any questions to ask, the Minister's open to answer the questions, which would be a good thing.
I know when we came into Hankey, the poverty is really visible on the streets, but you said that the way that you're giving back is through your social program, but also making sure that people on the farm are employed on a permanent basis, and majority are South Africans.
Yeah, 100% of our staff complement at the moment are South Africans with their RSA ID documents. There's big poverty in the area. The valley used to be about 70% veggies and 30% citrus. I think it's about 80% citrus and 20 veggies, if not less. So the permanent employment factor in the valley has changed drastically. Our employment only varies by about 10% on the citrus season, because I plan our seasons that way. But we would like to employ more people, obviously, and if we get more ground available, we will expand. And we put back the valley in the form of a small school and a lot of soup kitchens, and we've got a lot of small farmers with animals that come and fetch waste here to help them keep their animals going, especially in the last 6 or 7 years with the drought. They had a big problem. It was very dry and they were sitting with a major problem. We try to help it, but we've got a very good relationship with the local farmers and staff.
When we spoke earlier on, you said that you are supplying mostly the chain stores, Pick and Pay, Woolworths, Food and Others Market, and I see your farm is very big. In terms of export, what are some of the challenges on the farm that you are still facing, and perhaps where you feel government can assist you so that you can employ more people and obviously improve the high levels of unemployment in this area?
On the export side, I think everybody knows about the black spot and the FCM problems that we're sitting with the EU. I hear governments helping CRI at the moment to try and overcome those problems. And I think we must put a lot of more research into new markets. Far East, China, India, those areas need to be exploited because there's a lot of citrus production that's only starting now. I think the big overflow of citrus will be within the next 2 to 3 years. As in the valley area and up north, there's about 30% of the citrus that's still not in production, and we have to find markets for that, and that needs to be driven by government.
Thank you so much. Well, that was Lerato from the farm here behind me, a huge plot of land belonging to him. Speaking that in terms of employment, 100% employees, 300 employees employed here are South African, come from the community, which is really marred by huge socioeconomic problems such as poverty, huge high unemployment in terms of young people as well, but saying that they also give back to the community in terms of soup kitchens and also ensuring they also build schools to help the community here. In terms of challenges, the issue of black spot and exporting to EU countries is still a challenge, and they're hoping that the government will speed up the protocols and the facilities and to ensure that export to other countries becomes something that is done more speedily and also meets the standards that the European countries expect as well.